Welcome to Shadow of History, your destination for mysterious, dark, and untold stories from world history. Today, we venture into the freezing waters of the Arctic to explore one of the most chilling and eerie phenomena in maritime history: the ghost ships of the Arctic. These vessels, once filled with life and purpose, have mysteriously drifted through the icy waters of the polar regions, leaving behind questions that still haunt sailors, explorers, and historians. What caused these ships to be abandoned? And why do they continue to drift, as if guided by unseen forces? Let's uncover the eerie mystery behind the ghost ships of the Arctic. The term ghost ship conjures images of deserted, decaying vessels silently sailing through foggy waters, or being discovered adrift in remote, barren regions. While ghost ships have appeared throughout history, few have captured the imagination quite like those of the Arctic. The vast, icy wilderness of the North has long been a place of mystery and danger, with unpredictable weather, thick fogs, and treacherous seas. But it is in these remote and frozen waters that some of the most puzzling stories of ghost ships have emerged. One of the most famous ghost ship mysteries of the Arctic is that of the HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, two British Royal Navy ships that set sail in 1845 on an expedition led by Sir John Franklin. Their mission was to navigate the Northwest Passage, a fabled route through the Arctic that would connect the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. The two ships, along with their crews of 129 men, entered the icy waters with high hopes they never returned. For years, the disappearance of Franklin's expedition remained one of the greatest mysteries of the 19th century. No trace of the ships was found, and rumors of a deadly curse or supernatural forces began to swirl around the expedition's ill-fated journey. The mystery deepened as time passed, and it wasn't until the 20th century that search parties found evidence of the ship's final days in the Arctic. The Erebus and Terror were eventually discovered in the 21st century, nearly 170 years after they had set sail. In 2014, the wreck of the Erebus was found in the icy waters off King William Island, and in 2016, the Terror was discovered nearby. These remarkable discoveries provided crucial insights into what had happened to Franklin and his men, but they also raised new questions. What had caused these ships to be abandoned? What had driven the crew to a tragic end in one of the harshest environments on Earth? The fate of the Erebus and Terror remains a haunting chapter in Arctic exploration. It's believed that after becoming trapped in the ice, the ships and their crews were forced to abandon their mission. They attempted to march southward, but they were ill-prepared for the unforgiving terrain, and many of the men succumbed to the cold, starvation, and disease. The Erebus and Terror drifted into history as ghost ships, abandoned in the frigid Arctic waters. Their final voyage, a tragic reminder of the challenges faced by explorers in a land that offered little mercy. But the Erebus and Terror are not the only ghost ships of the Arctic. Over the centuries, numerous vessels have been abandoned in the region, each with its own mysterious and eerie story. One such tale involves the SS Baichimo, a freighter that became famous for being one of the most well-known ghost ships in history. In 1931, the SS Baichimo, a steel-hulled cargo ship, was carrying goods through the Arctic waters when it became trapped in the ice off the coast of Alaska. Despite efforts to free the ship, the ice closed in around it, and the crew was forced to abandon the vessel. However, the Baichimo refused to be fully abandoned. Over the next several years, the ship was spotted drifting aimlessly in the Arctic, its crew long gone. Though it was never seen again after 1969, stories of the Baichimo continued to circulate for years, with sightings of the ghostly ship floating in the icy waters. The Baichimo's eerie journey became legendary, and it's one of the most well-known ghost ships of the Arctic. Though the ship itself has never been recovered, its story continues to fuel tales of supernatural occurrences and unexplained phenomena in the frozen wilderness. What caused the Baichimo to drift for so long? Was it a product of nature, or was there something more mysterious at play? In the Arctic, where conditions can be as deadly as they are unpredictable, ships become caught in a timeless battle between man and nature. The cold, the ice, and the shifting tides create an environment where even the most well-equipped vessels can be swallowed by the landscape. The ghost ships of the Arctic are not merely stories. They are a reflection of the harsh and unforgiving environment that has claimed so many lives throughout history. Whether through shipwrecks, ice traps, or sudden storms, these vessels became victims of nature's brutal power, drifting aimlessly in a place where human life was always secondary to the force of the elements. Yet, even with modern technology and exploration, the Arctic remains an enigma. Despite the discovery of the Erebus and Terror and the many expeditions that have braved the region, the ghost ships of the Arctic continue to evoke a sense of unease. They are reminders that, despite our greatest advancements in navigation and exploration, there are still corners of the Earth where the unknown and the unexplained linger, just waiting for the next chapter to be written. The mystery of the ghost ships also speaks to the history of exploration and the lengths to which humans have gone to push beyond the boundaries of the known world. The sailors and explorers who set out into the icy waters of the Arctic did so with a sense of determination and ambition, but they were often ill-prepared for the dangers that lay ahead. The ghost ships are symbols of human courage, but also of human vulnerability in the face of nature's power. The Arctic ghost ships serve as both a warning and a wonder, a reminder of the dangers that still lurk in the frozen wilds of the world. They tell the story of those who ventured into the unknown and never returned, and they leave us with questions that may never be fully answered. Why do these ships continue to haunt the icy waters, drifting like silent sentinels through the vast nothingness? Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the shadows of history. If you found the story of the ghost ships of the Arctic intriguing, please like this video, share it with fellow history enthusiasts, and subscribe to Shadow of History for more mysterious, dark, and untold stories from the past. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the ghost ships of the Arctic. Do you believe there's something supernatural at play, or is it simply nature's ruthless hand? Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll uncover another captivating chapter in the history of forgotten and mysterious events. Until then, keep seeking the untold stories of the past, and remember, history is full of shadows, waiting to be discovered.